Hello, everybody. So in today's video, we're going to be going over market structure, but breakup structure, how to identify breakup structure. I think I have it part of the list of things we're supposed to do. Yes. We've done market structure yesterday where we looked at, or the previous video where we looked at identifying higher highs and higher lows, lower highs and lower lows. So today we're going to be mostly looking at um when the structure breaks, how to know when it breaks. The break of structure, BOS, is one of the most important things to know and to understand and to look out for. But first of all, before you start looking at the inside of it and all of that, you have to understand and train your eyes how to spot it. GBP USD. So what is a break of structure? A break of structure is when price goes past a previous structure. So what we mean by breaking the structure means it broke the level that it was forming before. Okay, so from my explanation yesterday of having higher highs and higher lows, so the structure here, we already talked that our structure points are the higher lows and the higher highs. Now, if price should come outside of this higher low and doesn't create a higher low anymore, it has broken that structure, right? And there are some, indications that will tell you if that break of structure is valid or not. Okay, so you should be able to understand when price breaks structure. I know you must have heard break of structure, change of character, all of those things. But first of all, know how to trade break of structure. I trade with market structure, price momentum, and all of that. I don't do smart money concepts like that. So I just take the things that work for me and use them. Okay? So understanding break of structure. So let's train our eyes to see. I think the recent price we have, the recent analogy we have is gold that created a level of structure and stuff like that. But let's look at it on a higher time frame. A break of structure. It means price is transitioning from a downtrend to an uptrend, or a downtrend or an uptrend to a downtrend. So this will classify as what? As a downtrend. Why do we say it's a downtrend here? But we have a low here. We have a low, but it's a high low. We have a low, but it's a lower low. Lower high. Lower low. Lower high. Lower low. And then price continue to go high. We still have lower high. Then we have a higher low. Then you now have a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And let's stop here. The thing that happened right here is called the break of structure, because this is also a lower high, right? So price pushed past that previous structure and broke it. So it broke that structure, right? And it keeps breaking like that, keeps breaking the previous structure. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Let's check gold this gold that we've been back testing. So let's back test this. This is like on previous price structure. Price has been in an uptrend, right? So let me okay, so this is where we are at. So I'll just work with this current price that we have, where we have, this is a bullish trend, you know. So this is a bullish trend right here, and price is consolidating. They have this equal highs and equal lows. For us to consider this structure to break, that means price must go past the previous, higher low that created a higher high. Don't let that go over your head. Previous higher low that created a higher high, the immediate one. So, which is it? All these highs, this has been highs, highs, highs right here. Okay. And then price went up. You can see we are creating equal highs, equal highs, equal highs, but we have a high here and a higher low, but it never broke that level up until now. So now let's see if this is a valid break of structure, because when price breaks structure, what is our reaction? Is to follow that new trend. It means that price is about to follow the new trend. But what it did right now, that's why I want to take price step by step. What it did now right now is break that structure, but it did not validate and confirm that it broke that structure. First of all, we pushed high with high bullish momentum, and then we went back inside that support and retested that support. So I'm going to look at this now. If we're still going to look if this pushes back up to this, back to this level to create an equal high, or at some point, price will tell us what it wants to do. But for now, what it is telling us that it is not ready to go down. Although we had this break right here, we can still see something like this before we have that break to come and tell us, that's what we will be looking out for. So price push exactly past that level. Yeah, so we can tell with this exhaustion right here that it wasn't ready to come all the way down. So now that is another structure. So for us to take this sell, because this support has already been broken, for us to take it has to break that level. Oh, that's aggressive. That's aggressive. And yeah, it did. Do you see that? So anyway, hope that makes sense. I don't want this video to be too long. I actually have to quickly get into another meeting. I have a class with my students. So yeah, so that's what it did. So understanding and seeing the point where price break structure is very important, because that shows a pivotal moment in price in charting. Okay. So I wish I could go deeper. Let me go to NASDAQ and find one break of structure. This is it. This was an uptrend. broke this structure because we mentioned that structure points are also levels of support and resistance, right? So price got here, broke that lower high, that higher low, and lower low, lower high this year. So now is you being able to determine major and minor structure breaks. I think we'll go over that in the next set of videos. How to see major and minor structure from not to see major and minor structure, but it's important that you know that for us to have a break of structure, it means you want to know when price is transitioning from an uptrend to a downtrend and from a downtrend to an uptrend because price is always moving, right? It's always moving and it's not going in a straight line. It hasn't been going in a straight line since when it started, and it's not going to go in a straight line now that you have joined and started trading. So that's it. If you have any questions, you can either put it in comments or send it to me and I'll answer. Like, share, subscribe. What else? Comments. That's it. Bye, guys.